Wow, what a great turnout from all of you. Thank you so much for showing up for today's show. Today we're going to talk about insiders, and this will be the first of a series of launch. And every week what we really working hard on, our team of engineers, is to make sure that we have a rollout of a great insider almost once per week. So for week number 1, I'm very happy to introduce to all of you, and that's none other than Katie Woods from ARK Invest. Wow! This is a really exciting time for us because we work very hard to make this happen, all right? So here we go. I'm going to take a look right here. And on this particular screen, you guys can see there's a kind of a introduction to, holy moly, where's the button right now? Okay, so you can see there's a Warren Buffett, and that's right over here. We also have a Katie Woods, and we also have Temasek Holdings. And you know what, before we get started, and for those of you who just joined us into the live stream, welcome once again. I'm really excited to see all of you here today. Okay, let me just do some adjustment to my screen, and here we go. So my name is Dr. Clemen Chiang. My students call me the teacher, and I'm the founder of Spiking. Welcome to all of you, and if you are the first time getting to know us, I extend to you a very warm welcome. Now, a quick shout out. What Spiking does is we are the world's #1 specialist in the area of legal insider trading. And what we do, we are a fintech company. We build great products, and our products is really to track the top investment managers of the world. So for the kickstart of our inaugural series, I'm very excited, and I'm very pleased to introduce to all of you the #1 top hedge fund manager of the world in the year 2020, and that's none other than Katie Woods. And she is the founder and CEO of ARK Invest. And you know, she's really renowned, but more importantly, you know her by name. You read about her in the newspaper. You probably glossed through the social media conversations as well. But today we're going to do a real dive in. A dive in to know her investment strategy. I think this is really what everyone is looking forward to. And if we can kind of break down to know exactly her thinking, her philosophy, and more importantly, the tactics that she deploy on a daily basis. Bam! We're going to have a great chance to trade alongside with her. But more importantly, tonight, I'm going to show all of you how we're going to kick some real ass. And what do I mean by kick some real ass? I'm going to show every one of you how today, each one of you have a chance, a very unique opportunity to beat Katie Woods right into her game. And this is the reason why we are launching this product. And this product is called, the very special group of insiders. And the first one is Katie Woods herself. So right now, I'm going to jump right into the sharing. And over here, you're going to see this. All right. So let me just do some adjustment on my left-hand side. All right. So this is my left-hand side, and we have Warren Buffett that we're going to launch next week. This week, we're going to start at Katie Woods, and of course, we're also going to launch Temasek as well. This is the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Singapore. Now, if you see this, and I kind of get really excited. What do I mean by get really excited? Because for Katie Woods, I'm going to kind of let you zoom into this part. She won the best performing ETF for the year 2021. Assets under management, AUM size, $38 billion. And of course, the number of stocks that she owned is about 160 of them. Now, there's some changes to this real number, but we're going to dive in, all right? So what I'm going to do right now is kind of go right to this button here called Insider Trading, and then we're going to see exactly her trading strategies. Wow! So right in front, I'm going to kind of give you a quick orientation. There's a total of 6 ETFs that we are tracking under her flagship. And of course, of these 6 ETFs, we kind of be able to group them together under this button here called All Active ETFs. But of course, she's famously known for innovation, autonomous, fintech, genomic, internet, as well as space ETFs. Now, for us, we don't really care. We are really agnostic about which particular area she's going into, because I'm going to show you something really, really special in terms of our unique strategy, all right? So step number one, we're going to zoom into this place here to kind of get a brief highlight. Okay, today she has 155 stocks under her care. Now, these are the 155, and some of you might be scratching your head and say, wow, do you mean that, teacher, we're going to buy like 155 stocks and kind of mirror exactly what Katie Woods is doing? No, the answer is a big no. And it's very simple. We're going to find the ones that we're going to beat her into her own game. I think this is the starting point of why we went about building this very, very important product. All right. So step one, we need to beat her to her own game. Now, how do we kind of beat her to her own game? And this is the part where we look at the average price or her break-even price that she paid for these respective companies. All right. So here we go. I'm going to kind of scroll down a little bit right here, and you can see, wow, these are the companies she has invested in, all right? So she has invested in the Tesla. She made her pile of money from Tesla and Teladoc. Coinbase kind of suffered a hit last night. Unity Software right now kind of experienced a major spike up because it's part of the metaverse universe, all right? So they are really enjoying a big ride to the all-time high. UiPath for robotics. We have Roku also hitting an all-time low. And then, of course, you have Square recently bought the Australia's largest buy now pay later firm, and that's Afterpay. And then you have Shopify powering all these new online owners that kind of switch into a digital strategy. So you are looking at all this information, all right? So step number one, what we want to do is to zoom in into those particular stocks whereby we have an edge. I say again, whereby we have an edge over Katie Woods. Now, which are these stocks? This is where I'm going to guide you. We're going to look at this column here called average cost. Wow. Average cost means that if we can reverse engineer the price per share that Katie Woods has paid for it, guess what? This is extreme value investing. We're going to buy below her price. So case in point right here, all right? I'm going to kind of look at, for example, the very first row here, and that's none other than Tesla, all right? So I'm going to use this as an example, and with this example, you're going to learn so much from it, all right? So step one, we're looking at this company called Tesla. And then I navigate to the right. I kind of zoom in right now. Ticker symbol at TSLA. The last price that was traded after Elon Musk started to dump 1 billion out of his 21 billion stock sale. The price has dropped to $1,067. By the way, my friends, one down, 20 more to go, all right? He's going to sell like crazy at this moment as I'm sharing with you, all right? And then we come over this place here. This is the average price. Wow. What do you mean by the average price? Average price. It means that the average price per share that Katie Woods has paid for it is only $296, ranging between $296 to $344. And you see there are three positions. Now, what do I mean by that? There are three positions. It simply means that she has mobilized 3 out of her 6 ETFs, deploying the funds to buy into Tesla as a company. All right, so take a look right there. Take a look right there. So right now, you know, the average price 296, floating between 296 and 344. And guess what? We have no more chance to beat her to Tesla. So my advice is, hey, you know what? She's so good at buying at a cheap price. Guess what? We are not going to kind of buy any price higher than her. So any one of you paying a price higher than Katie Woods, you are not riding on the due diligence of a professional, award-winning ETF fund manager. So this is the really important point I want to bring up to you, and that's the reason why we really got to look at the average cost. All right, look at the average cost. So next, I'm going to move right over here, the ownership. We are also showing you that, wow, she owns $3 billion worth of stocks of Tesla, and of which Tesla as a company has a market cap of $1 trillion. All right. So the first row is what we just gone through. The first row, we have gone through it already. But now we're going to take this first example of Tesla, dive in to look at where are the opportunities. All right. So I'm going to kind of remove my red horizontal row. Now I'm going to move into the red vertical column. And I'm going to kind of focus on the average cost. All right. Average cost. So right now I'm going to zoom in. Here we go. And this is the place to zoom in. And I'm going to look for those prices that are displayed in red color. All right. So red color means that today, you know what? The actual live market stock price is trading below what is the break-even price of Katie Woods. So we are showing red to tell you that she's suffering a loss right now, unrealized paper loss, and that's the reason why we want to feature it in red versus green. All right, so this is red, which is this company. Move to the left, Teladoc. Wow. And then we move to the right, we kind of know that, oh my gosh, she has committed $2.4 billion. I mean, we are just $600 million away from Tesla, and she's in the red. Can you believe that? All right, she's in the red. And over here, once I kind of take away the red box, and you know what? Your eyes will start looking everywhere. Where are all the red color, teacher? Where are the red color? Where are the red? So I'm gonna give you a help here and kind of show you right over here. And here is the zoom. Here's the zoom. And check this out. All right, so red color, we're going to open up. Teladoc is the first one. Move down to the second one. Wow. UiPath, she's in the red. She's committed $1.4 billion. And guess what? She's in the red. Red sea. Next one, committed $1.3 billion. Holy moly. Who is this guy? Roku. And Roku kind of hit all-time low. We're going to take a look at Roku later on. And any more red right here? Right over here with Zoom Video Communications. She's deep in the red, all right? Deep in the red. And that's 359. So I'm not going to move down any further. Right now I'm going to kind of slow down a little bit. I want to see for the YouTube conversation, chat conversation. How many of you are enjoying the presentation so far? Can you type right there and say, I love it? I give you 1 minute to type in, I love it. Wow, what a great response. Thank you very, very much. You know, it's a kind of a different experience doing YouTube live. But I guess we're going to press on, all right? So tonight, I'm going to take about a few minutes to go through with you the very, very important key points of understanding how to use this very important product, all right? So thank you very much for your feedback. I really enjoy it. I appreciate it very, very much, all right? So first one, I think we should really focus on is the one that she has the biggest burn. I say again, is the one that she has the biggest burn, B-U-R-N. I'm talking about fire pants on fire, right? And that's burning really, really hot. So which one exactly is this? So when we look at these three columns, I'm focused right now on average cost, ownership, and market cap. All right, I'm just going to look at these three columns. All right, I'm going to kind of squeeze down my zoom, and I'm going to start moving down. All right, so the first one, of course, the first row, 3 billion that she owns, that's Tesla. And then the second one is Teladoc. All right, now you can see very, very clearly the out of proportion. All right, what do I mean by the out of proportion? All right, so I'm going to move out right here, and I want to use my annotation to guide you on where my eyes are looking at. All right, so let me use another method. Hang on a minute. All right, so here we go. So this is 3 billion. Doesn't look that good. All right, let me rewind again. Let me do it one more time. All right. So, just remember these first three companies. The number one, the first row is Tesla. The second row is Teladoc. The third row is Coinbase. All right. So, if you look at row number one, 3 billion, what does that tell us? She owns 3 billion of a $1 trillion market cap company. So, if you divide it out, it's really a small number. But the second row for Teladoc, she owns 2.4 billion. Mama! And then the market cap is only trading at 21.2 billion. Now that is a really big ownership. All right, that is the one we call it the biggest burn. She is taking on a larger percentage of the ownership of this company. So if you understand what I'm saying, it's just really calculating the percentage of ownership she has in control of the company. So Teladoc 2.4 divided by 21.2 billion. Oh my God, that is a much bigger ownership. Then we go down to the third row, which is Coinbase. She owns 1.9 billion. By the way, the distance between 1.9 billion to 2.4 billion or to 3 billion at their level is really negligible. All right, I call it really we can't really say insignificant, but it's just marginal difference, okay? Then you take Coinbase 1.9 billion divided by the total market cap, which is 46.6 billion. So 1.9 divided by a larger denominator is a small number. So among these three, by visual inspection, I didn't even press on the calculator, just simply by visual inspection, I know, number one, Teladoc, she's in the burn right now, red. All right, she's suffering unrealized paper losses. Number two, she owns a larger proportion of this company compared to Tesla and Coinbase. Two ideas already. Number three, the average price per share that she paid, of which she has mobilized 4 of 6 ETF just to support the burn rate of this company called Teladoc. Can you see right over here? 4 positions. 4 positions means she has deployed the money, 4 of the ETFs out of the total 6 ETFs that she owns. Guess what? To support this crazy burn of Teladoc. So tonight we're going to kind of zoom into Teladoc and try to understand how do we analyze a company like this and that we have a chance to kind of kick the ass of Katie Woods, all right? So here we go. I'm going to go right here, click on Teladoc, and check this out. Dong! And now what we're going to do is go through the engineering side of things, all right? I presented the 4 steps. Now for spiking, we are really, really well known for creating the famous Fiat model, FIAT, standing for F for fundamental, I for insider, A for alerts, and then T for technical. So let's take a look at step number 1. Right now we're at step number 1, right? And it's clearly highlighting to us we're at step number 1. Now, by the way, while we are looking at step number 1, we have this sticker that's flying across at the top to tell you all news related to Katie Woods, all right? Any news related to Katie Woods' portfolio of stocks, it will be floating right across right here, all right? Now, we're going to focus right now on Teladoc, and I'm going to guide you through to understand the step one of the fundamental. And here we go. Right over here, you can see this very purple line. This is representing at different points in time the number of shares that she keep buying to increase the number of shares that she owns of this company, over differentiated on the x-axis, which is the time period, right? So you're going to see like green dots. Now, green dots are those times that she bought, and if we have a red dot, means she is selling, right? So you can see, we will tell you that at that green dot, what's the average price she paid for, and we just trace through this entire period, all right? So this is to determine, is she increasing the number of shares or is she reducing the number of shares? Then the second one is the stock price, presented in the kind of a light yellow color, beige color. This is the stock price. Now, what can we learn from this journey, all right? So you have the stock price that's going down, represented by my red arrow. And then I'm going to change to a new arrow right now. And this blue arrow represents the fact that as the stock price goes down, oh my gosh, she keep buying more. She just keep buying more and more shares of Teladoc. Hey, can you see this very clear, distinct strategy that she has? She is averaging down. All right? So stock price go down, she just load up more. Now, what can we infer from this? Today, you are given this data by spiking. And you realize that you have a crazy fund manager who will just keep averaging down regardless of the fact that the stock price keeps going down. Meaning to say that you can take advantage of the fact that when we sell, I bet you Katie Woods will be buying from us. Please say yes. All right. So this is what I really enjoy. And we kind of have a breakthrough in this thinking that if we know as she increases the number of shares she owns of the company while the stock price is declining, guess what? In a way, in a most defensive or selfish way of thinking, we will always be protected by Katie Woods, because this is the number 2 ranking stock in her entire portfolio, just one level down below Tesla. And by the time she's done with selling Tesla, guess what? Teladoc will be number 1. Now you understand why she needs to sell Tesla shares. Because she needs the money to finance a stock price that's going down like Teladoc. That kind of pieced the puzzle together for us. And everybody in the media is kind of scratching their head and saying, hey, why is this superwoman dumping a stock that's going on a historical high, and we have not even realized the fullest potential, and while she proclaims that Tesla stock should be trading at $3,000, but she's selling shares of Tesla stocks. Now, when she was posted this question, her response was just straight off the cuff, because we need to take the profits to support other stocks in our portfolio. So today you can see with your first eyes that she is supporting this guy that's burning her like mad, and that's none other than Teladoc, all right? So I'm going to kind of go down a little bit right here and present to you the key statistics that we kind of put together for us to dive even deeper just on step 1, fundamental analysis. So we are looking at what? Here we go. I'm going to show you what we are looking at. Number 1, this company. One more time. Here we go. Number 1. Number 1. Oops. This company has been supported by 4 of her ETF. Number 2, the ranking is number 2 under her ETF called ARK Innovation, ARKK, all right? Number 3, this was the last price as the market closed last night. Overall performance of this stock, according to our proprietary tracking of performance, is about 80.75%. The weighting of her is 24.53. That's how much she owns the company, all right? The market cap is 21.2 billion. Companies traded on New York Stock Exchange. And her ownership is 11.23%. And this part, to me, is the most important of them all. Look very, very carefully. Of the 3 ETF, the average price or the break-even price we have determined from ARK W, that's $147.61. From ARK K, that's 159.55 cents. And from ARK F, that's 163.47 cents. All right. So we kind of give you a range. Straight away, we put out this very important information here. All right. 147 to 163. Now, what you want to do with this range of prices is to buy below the lowest price. And that's 147.61. All right. So we are done on that. And of course, we go down here. This is our proprietary ranking of this company, Teladoc. We have our score of 9.4, standing very, very strong. The number of insiders who bought, 346,000, market cap 21.2 billion. All right. Now, the net purchase, as you know, we are really famous for our net purchase. So let me just move on and I make sure you can see it clearly. Right over here. Whoops. I think the magnification. Number of managers who bought the stocks is 43. Number of managers who sold is 406. And guess what? The net purchase is standing at $1.1 billion. Now, this is, I'm talking about all of the insiders on planet Earth. That's what we are really famous for. We got all of their data on our platform, all right? And then we kind of come to the right-hand side here. And you can see the spike since 2015. This stock has experienced 10,124 times. Spikes per year is giving us 1,446 times of spikes. And the spikes positive. Every time they spike, is kind of giving us 94.11 percentage of probability of it happening. So this is really important data. And of course, you can have a quick write-up or reading up of what Teladoc it is. It's a virtual healthcare system. And during the pandemic, people don't like to go and visit the clinics or the hospitals in case they get infected. So as a result, they performed this virtual healthcare analysis. All right? And it was like a boomtown Charlie for them. So we are done on step number 1. Now I'm going to go to step number 2 on Insider. Let's click and see what we get to see about this interesting company. Here we go. We got all of the transactional data on a daily basis. Mama, look at this. So beautiful, right? So we have it on 5th of November. That was her last transaction. And you can see she went in to buy $20.1 million worth of stock. Average price 150. 5th of November, she was buying like crazy, right? 20.1, 16.8, 13.9, 8.8. On the same day, she mobilized 4 ETF to support the burn of Teladoc. And then I go down on 4th of November, she only bought one time, 37.4 million. 3rd November, she kind of, didn't buy a lot, bought less than $1 million. And then 29th of October, she bought 9 million. And then 28th of October, she went crazy. She went to buy like 63 million. Now you begin to understand, wow, teacher, this data is like mind-boggling, all right? Because we are seeing so much interesting data on a transactional daily basis. That's how frequently she trades, all right? So it kind of help you to anchor your psychology. Anytime you want to sell, you know that Katie Woods will be buying from you. And every time you want to buy, you probably bought from someone else, right? Because no matter what, as the stock price goes down, Katie Woods will just buy more and more and more. So this is a really interesting data for us to kind of look at. And then I'm going to go to step number 3. Here we go. We're going to look at alerts right now. I'm going to click on alerts. And every single piece of news surrounding Teladoc, we're going to feature it right here. And we present it like a sequential time format. All right. 5th of November, there's a lot of news popping up for Teladoc. And then, we can kind of go through this whole journey. And every time we look at a piece of news that's being released, all right, for example, on this day when she bought 4,700 number of shares of Teladoc, right? So you can see represented in this manner, and you move to the right hand side, within one day the stock price moved 1.75%. So you know the daily up and down, who is really the driver of the stock price? None other than Katie Woods. Her minor mini more purchase can move the stock price by 1.75%. Now if she load up more, it's going to move average between 5 to 10%. And that's really, really powerful data, right? So I'm going to kind of move down here. And over here you can see there were two news mentions. All right? So I'm going to kind of click on it, show more. And, you know, you can straight away look at the headlines here. And then you can click on read more, and we pop out straight away, let you know the news source, and that's from NASDAQ, all things related to Teladoc. So we kind of make it really, really convenient for all of you to kind of do your analysis right here, right? So everything is presented in this format, and that's step number 3 for us under alerts. Now I'm going to go to the final steps, and that is step number 4 for technical analysis. Now for technical analysis, we are just tracking Katie Woods and her direct relationship with this company called Teladoc, right? So over here, what can we learn from it? In fact, in Q1, she put in so much money. How much? $783 million buying into Teladoc. While the stock price was trading pretty high back then, it's about close to $250 per share, right? And then Q2 kind of start to drop already, right? So Q2, the moment the stock price drops, oh my gosh, to this level here, now she's going to put in more money. But $253 million is a lot, you know, despite that this amount is still lower than Q1. So you can see at Q2, what she's attempting to do is to average down her price. But you still can't average down much more unless you're like Q1, let's say you bought into 100 million number of shares, and then Q2 she buy an equal number, 100 million number of shares, then you can bring it down, right? So we are doing the calculation of that, and that's kind of a secret formula. Okay, because we know the number of shares of Q1 versus number of shares of Q2. Even though there's a variance in the stock price, we know her strategy for averaging down. Is it that direct proportion, or 30%, 40%, 20%, and so on? Then finally, Q3 is right here in this box. And Q3, when the stock price was moving sideways, she is still buying some more. She is still attempting to average down. Why? Because the real damage was done at Q1. She bought at a high, period. That's it. But since you bought at such a high, you have to keep buying at the low while it's straddling like sideways movement. And even though she bought like 253 million plus 280 million, that's like 520 million, right? The 520 million combined for these 2 quarters, Q2 and Q3, still cannot come close to the amount of cash she coughed up for Q1. And that is the reason why her average price is still bloody red. All right. So right now, you're presented with this very unique opportunity. All right. And I kind of move it out and ask you to think about, okay, you're presented with this unique opportunity. And if we look at the Yahoo full scale chart, all right, this is a chart where it stands. And then we kind of go back to her average price. Again, let's recap what was her average price. Standing right here, the lowest is 147. All right, so we take 147, go back to the stock chart right now. Oh my gosh, all right. I'm going to draw like her exact break-even price, 147, is right now traveling at this line right here. So ladies and gentlemen, my dear friends, and see so many of our lovely students right here, today the stock price is trading at 138. All right, how do I know? Pre-market open 138.89, and then you come back to here, you have a chance to buy below Katie Woods. what is your choice today? What is your decision? And that is the reason why we need to be informed with the latest data. Exactly every single move that Katie Woods is doing, we got to track it really, really close. And then we can make a truly informed decision to do one thing. And that is to kick her ass. So, my friends, you have a chance, a golden chance right now to beat Katie Woods to the game by buying at a price way below her. And of course, you know, you got to perform your due diligence and all that. So I want to kickstart this first of a great series, number of series of YouTubes just on great insiders across the world. And we come back right here. So this is the product that we have built. And how do you access this website right now? All right, I'm going to give you the link right at this moment. So let me just kind of type it out right here. And you can go to spiking.com/insiders. All right, so let me just type it out here again. So spiking.com/insiders, spelled with a S. All right, so go and visit this link right now, and then I hope to trade alongside with you on this really, really powerful lady. And tonight I only have this chance, limited time, to share with you about Teladoc. But I want you to know there are 20 other companies that we can buy below her. There are 20 other companies that we can buy below her and at a very, very dirt cheap price. And you know, every time I buy below her, I'm sleeping very well at night because I know she is supporting the stock price. Because what I do is I come back to the software the very next day to see, yesterday when I was buying, Katie Woods was also buying together with me to push the price further up. And that's how you ride the wave with the greatest lady investor of our era. And that's none other than Katie Woods. So I'm going to take in a few questions. And if you have any questions right now, please go to the YouTube comment chat and type out your questions. All right, keep it really short and simple, not that many words. And you also can click on the link on the YouTube chat pin message to access to this particular link. All right, so if you have any questions, let me give you about 10 seconds to write it out. Here we go. Wow, we got the questions coming in, and I want to give a shout out to WJ Chen, teacher who is suitable for this product. Now, this product, in fact, we're going to launch a big number of series of them. Right now we are really so deep into the engineering side of these things, and Katie Woods is not the first and not the last. All right, depends on what is your aspiration. Now, for me, right now, I'm also a portfolio manager of my very own hedge fund. I like to be one of the top hedge fund managers in the world, and I believe that vision shall come to pass within 10 years. So I straight away start to benchmark against the best out there. But the problem is this. I can't go back 5 years ago to start on the same day as Katie Woods when she first bought into Tesla. You know what I'm saying? Now, I kind of missed that ride. So, no point crying over spilled milk and say, oh, how come I was not 5 years ago bought into Tesla and all that kind of rubbish. Now, 5 years ago, I did bought into the car. I placed my booking for Tesla in 2016. All right. So this is a product designed for you to have a head start. I mean, imagine you're running a 100-meter race. Before the gun goes off, bang, you are already way ahead of the rest. This product is designed specifically for that. So I'm tracking like over 200,000 insiders worldwide, and every insider, I want to beat them. Beat them to what? Beat them to those stocks that I have a chance to buy below their price, and which they will continue to support to bring down their average price. This product is designed for that purpose. And of course, you know, every week we'll be launching one new insider, and this is the first week for Katie Woods. Katie Woods, I think, is something all of you should start off with, because first, her investment philosophy is really so ahead of time. One good example, Tesla, you're looking at it right now. So clearly, she knows something out there, and her team of analysts are really, really superb. But our clear advantage, a very unique, distinct advantage, is that we know which one to get in. That is to our advantage. So I want you to know that, and I hope that kind of respond to Chen question. And from Tammy, thank you, teacher. You demonstrated with brilliance once again. I appreciate your feedback. Coco, thank you, teacher. You're amazing. All right, I appreciate that. Christopher, thank you for the awesome, powerful software. All right. Okay, from Mike, would you just buy stocks or calls as well as a couple of earnings out? All right, that's a great question. So right now for our hedge fund, I can just give you a little glimpse into the hedge fund. All right, for Katie Woods, you just go out really radical, just buy pure straight stocks. Now, she does not leverage on options. She does not also take advantage of any other instruments, like she could have used swaps, warrants, and all kind of funny tricks. Now, a case in point, Bill Ammon is someone who loves to use options, swaps, and warrants to kind of confuse the market. Now, in fact, recently somebody claimed that he's the third largest individual shareholder of Tesla. And I kind of reverse engineered his trade. Guess what? He didn't actually own the total number of shares to be the third number or the number 3 individual shareholder of Tesla. What he merely did was to own options, because each contract gives you a control over 100 shares. And he did not even exercise the options. But if you truly exercise the option, yes, you'll be number 3. But you have not exercised the options yet. So it's a totally different picture, all right? So I take these two ideas together. Someone who claimed to be number 3 single individual shareholder of Tesla versus Katie Woods, a full-fledged, award-winning ETF fund manager. And if you combine these two ideas together, you're going to have a hybrid strategy. Now, what we could do is to deploy options and deploy stocks at different time intervals, not at the same time. Some people go out there, buy stocks and buy options at the same time. You know, I got a word to describe you. It's called a cuckoo. You've probably gone cuckoo. That's wrong. That's not the way to do it. You deploy options so that you own at a very superior intrinsic value. And you take your time, because you're given yourself 2 choices. Choice number 1, let it ride until near to your expiration date. You'll be so deep in the money. Yeah? You sell off, you get a great profit. But the problem is this: you are not the owner of a company, because you don't own shares of the company. But you take in a big profit. Now, this part of taking in a big profit kind of ramp up the performance of your hedge fund or your personal fund. Now, I'll call it my hedge fund. You will call it your personal fund, right? So that's one way. The other way, you own stocks of this company because you want to be a lifetime owner or co-owner of a great company. And you say, well, I've been there, done that. I own Tesla shares since day one. Wow, you have a great story to share as a grandfather, grandmother. All right. So it depends on what you want out of it. But end of the day, for most of you out there, your immediate priority is to ramp up your capital. Ramp up to the $1 million range, which I call the top of the wealth management pyramid. then you call the shots, because by then you have all the time to play. But if you're not up there yet, sorry, you got to kick ass. You got to really work very, very hard to get up there as soon as possible. But I tell you what, like for me, I'm up there, but I'm doing it every day because I'm so in love with the game. Some of you seen my winning trades every single day, right? So that is like a passion. It's like kind of a, it's like kind of my scorecard, all right? So I want to encourage you to do that as well. Okay, let's see if we have any other questions. So from Tam, same, do we buy shares or long-term options? I kind of addressed that. And of course, the detail or technical execution of that is our secret recipe, all right? So for those of you who are my students, I urge you come back to our monthly cozy live trading. We can talk more in detail in a private environment, because today I really got no idea who's logging in to watch this YouTube. Okay, so Ryan, do you consider earning days? Now, earning days is just an objective to determine when you should get in. But if you look at a stop price like this right now, oh my God, it dropped like a bloody red candle with an arrow shooting down. I mean, if you still want to wait for earnings, you're probably going to miss picking out at a low price like this, all right? So it's not every Sunday you get to see a beautiful consecutive red candles drop, and then today you have a pre-market green, all right? So these kind of opportunities don't happen every day. So by the time you wait for the earnings, it might possibly be too late for you to play the game, okay? So next question. From Zarina, thank you, teacher. Welcome. From KC Mac, what time horizon are we looking at for these gems? Now, the time horizon is very, very clear, all right? Since you asked this question, why don't I give you a preview into the world of Tesla? Here we go, all right? So we are back to the product here. I'm going to click on Tesla right now. And you see this magical chart. Mama chart of all time. What do you observe? All right. So as the stop price, which I'm going to use it in green, hang on a minute. As the stop price starts to go up, all right. So this is the stop price. Dun, 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 dun. Right, it starts to go up. And what did Katie Wood do with her shares? How did she handle her buy-sell activities, right? Back then when it was going up, she was buying and then she was selling. Can you see down here? She was also uncertain. She was experiencing what we call fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Can you see that? At the very beginning, she bought and then she sold. So fast. Because she also not really sure about her thesis. Is it right, or Elon Musk gone crazy or something like that, right? So you can see all her behavior right there. And then we continue. She was selling green, still selling at this moment, red color. And then she starts to buy. What? Green. Boom! From this point onwards, she starts to sell. You guys can see the red dot, all right? So she started to sell while the stop price was going up. So can you see again one more time? There is this always the crossover. This crossover is a very important key determinant. There's a crossover there and there's a crossover here. All right, very, very important. And that will gauge your determination of time, how long you want to hang out with this particular company. All right, so we can dive more into the details if you come back to the monthly cozy live trading event. Okay, so we done for KC Mac. For Shane, I'm totally new. Can I start with this trading along with you guys? Yes, of course. Please, you're welcome. Just go to the YouTube pin chat, click on the link, visit us at spiking.com/insiders. We welcome you to join our community, all right? For Faye, what's the time frame for holding Katie Wood stock? Yep, I just shared about that. I've drawn the two red circles. Please remember that. That crossover reflects her thinking, all right? So you can use her as your benchmark to determine. So let's see any other question. Sonja, how long do you hold? Yep, again, back to the two red circles. The crossover is the most important of them all. And Sonja is asking the cost for 1 year. The cost for 1 year. I think you're asking about subscription. So very simple. Just click on spiking.com/insiders. You can see the subscription of this great product. All right. Okay, so we are done for most of the question. And from John Lim, what she may did wrong to get burned in the first place, how long she might be in the burn. No, she did nothing wrong. She is someone that she's very firm about her investment thesis. And you know, she haven't really got burned yet. You are just looking at unrealized losses. All right, that's why there's a red color. We are able to buy below her break-even price. And I can tell you, she will just keep loading up. And that's the reason why it's so important to hang out with really big giants, you know, in our lives. They show us the way. They show us the magnitude of their heart. And they show us the ambition of the price. And I want to encourage you, we build such products to kind of unveil the thinking. This week, we started with Katie Woods. Next week, I'm probably going to talk about Temasek. And the following week, I'm going to talk about Warren Buffett. We got 20 insiders lined up, ready to share with you guys. All right, so it's really, really exciting. It's the greatest revolution of our time in terms of the product breakthrough. So I think my time is up right now. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Not just click subscribe, click on the notification bell so that in case when I go live any point in time, you'll be notified and you don't miss out on the live information. Moving forward to the future, I'll be sharing at all kinds of weird hours of the day and night. And as the inspiration comes and straight away we have a breakthrough, I'll just go live on YouTube. So remember to subscribe as well as click on the notification bell next to the subscribe button on YouTube, all right? And of course, please share this video, let it go viral, share with your friends, and let them test out the investment thesis. By the way, if you share with them this video, you're doing them a big favor. All of us got a great chance to kick the ass of the greatest ETF fund manager of our time, and that's none other than Katie Woods. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you. Till we meet again next time. Good night, everybody. Goodbye. God bless.